Up another game versus a very good opponent in Texas State. Very good on offense, defense, and special teams. Offensively, they're very balanced. I think they're top 25 in both passing and rushing offense. Defense, they're in top 50 in both categories. You got really good players. They're well coached. Um, just for us, we just got to make sure we go back to the details, make sure we find out what we can and can't do with the players we have available. I'm very excited to get a chance to go on the road and play another game and see a different facility and see what the brand of football and facilities are like at Texas State. Last time I've been there, I think, was in 2014, so it's been a while, and just we're very encouraged for our team and how they work today. Had a really good practice, really good start to these guys, and it's going to take our best effort from a mental and physical standpoint to get accomplished what we want to get accomplished. With that, I open up for questions.
Do you have an update on Zach?
He didn't practice today, so just wait and see how he responds. Christian and Kylo were the two quarterbacks that took the reps today, so just have to see how he progresses during the week. But right now, we got to prepare for Christian and Kyle being the 1 and 2 quarterback going into this game.
And do you anticipate getting back any of the guys on the D-line you've had out?
Another good question. Hard to say. It doesn't look good. So also Amon Green's probably out. CJ Beasley's still probably out. So we're still holding steady with the guys we got and just next man up mentality. So we expect those guys that are practicing to prepare to win and do all the things that's necessary for us to be successful.
What about defending Texas State? Leads the conference in points per game. It looks like a spread, but they run the ball quite a lot as well. Just from a defensive perspective, how do you approach facing them?
Yeah, they play with tempo, so they are up-paced at times. They slow it down at times as well, but, they're very multiple. They line up in 10, 11, 12, 13 personnel. Quarterback makes him go. He's a very good player. He understands where he's going with the ball. They got two really good backs, skilled guys, big old line. So they got a really good football team. And what they've gotten accomplished this year, they're to be commended upon. And we're going to make sure we study the game plan, detail the game plan, and put our best foot forward with effort and execution and just see what happens.
And then offensively, against Arkansas State, looks like you found your passing a game. We've talked so much about the rushing earlier in the season, but you're able to air the ball. Whoever was that quarterback, how encouraging was that for you to at least see your passing attack, execute on last Saturday?
Yeah, we executed at times. We didn't really hold up against pressure. They really kicked their butts on some third downs and pressuring our quarterback, getting our quarterbacks off the spot. And we did throw the ball for yards, but with the team and what we have, that's not going to be the formula to be successful. We got to establish a running game. Got to try to control the clock, shorten the game to a certain extent and limit reps because of our lack of depth on our defensive lines and things of that sort. So we're just trying to play complementary football throughout the game, and we just got to do a better job of having first down efficiency when we do run the ball, and we didn't have that on Saturday.
How important will be running back? We're talking to Freddie in a little bit. How important is you passed well against Arkansas State, but how important is that balance and also having the rushing attack to keep possession, control the clock, and execute what you want to?
Yeah, I just mentioned that. So, that's the game plan is try to play complementary football. You can never abandon the run game when you're playing against conference teams. Got to be able to do both, and that helps in the passing game, but it also limits the number of snaps that our defense has to play. And all that goes back to converting short yardage plays. We didn't convert a 4th and 1. It was basically a bad line spot, let a linebacker run through, and we weren't able to make the guy miss. So just the running game in general has to improve, and we got to move guys, and we got to do a better job of game planning some of the run plays that we are trying to attempt to run.
What did you see from Kyrique? His first action of 2024, moved in there, subbed in, and middle part of that game?
Yeah, he did a good job coming in. He did better at pass pro than run blocking. So kind of the same thing. Got a next man up mentality. He's practiced and he was prepared. So gotta really commend him on what he did and what he showed in the game. And a little bit of his inefficiencies in the run game showed up, but we were limited at O-line. Ben wasn't able to go, and he wasn't 100%. So, and we kind of subbed guys in and just kind of went with the best person that was doing the best job at the time.
And with some of the guys that got hurt earlier in the year, running back especially, that didn't play more than 4 games, do you have the conversation yet about if they're going to use another year, try and use another year? And when do you start all those conversations?
Yeah,
it's not the offseason yet, but it's not that far away.
Yeah, I've talked about red shirts. I mean, the thing about college football, if you're going to be in college, I mean, even if you don't red shirt, the probability of you getting hurt and having to use a red shirt later, that's going to come up. I think the NCAA is going to move. I know the NCAA is going to move to it's going to be 5 years to play. No more red shirt. So all those things come down the line. So red shirt, it really doesn't matter to a certain extent. So we're just moving on with the best guys that's going to help us win this game. We're not necessarily looking to the future, but we are playing a lot of guys because of the injuries that have occurred on our team.
And just the overall state of the team, you've on a losing streak right now, has some struggles. Just how has the team approached this, and and as far as just finishing out this season and looking at the present and possibly to the future?
Yeah, I just challenge the guys, like, everything's about yourself. How do you want to represent yourself these final 2 games? I mean, ultimately, you got to perform and put the best version of yourself on tape, and that's a pride thing. How do you perform is everything, and what our record is right now really doesn't indicate how close we really are in having a different type of season. And let's just make sure that you're putting your best foot forward the rest of the next 2 weeks. Still trying to do things for our older guys that won't get an opportunity to play again, possibly after 2 weeks. So a lot of emotional times, but I think our team has really had a good mindset. Really hadn't been a lot of negativity. And they're really embracing, the young guys are really embracing their moments and their opportunities as well to kind of show what they can and can't do.
Yeah, and how do you balance that? Obviously, you have some older players who just maybe towards the end of their career, but you have some young guys that, this is the start of their career. How do you approach that balance of avoiding selfishness kind of on both sides of things, both ends?
Yeah, I'm not looking at it where I'm trying to look and see what the future holds. I'm really putting the best guys that can help us win the game. I mean, ultimately, we're still trying to win football games, and we got to make sure we're playing the best guys that's going to help us do that. So it's not a deal where we're saying, all right, we're going to not play older guys and play all the younger guys. That's not the case at all. So we're still going into the game and game planning for success and practicing for that same execution to occur on Saturdays.
What do you see from guys like Jalen, Deuce that have been rotating in a couple snaps here or there, DB?
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job. They're growing at their positions, good players, talented players, and they've earned that right to play. So it's not where we're playing those guys. They've actually done a great job in practice, and it also allows other guys to kind of take a break and stay fresh